Okay, students, let's continue with the interview questions. We've already done one section. Now I'll be continuing on with question number 11. Now tell me something about a city with different places in the city, its famous places, specialty and other details, good qualities, bad qualities of the city. Now this is a homework. If you don't do, you are going to falter. It is going to go against you that you live in the city and you are not aware of it. All it requires is a little homework. Unfortunately, it is human nature that a person likes to visit other city and see all the places. Many times does not see famous place of their own cities. But they should be aware. And if you are wise, because this question can be asked, just as a matter of awareness, just as a matter of observation, just as a matter of communication, they may ask you, tell me about your city. So you should define your city. I have taught earlier also, and you all should remember that whenever they ask you about your city has certain colors, certain shades of definition. Number one, the first shade is its economical aspect. It is also has a historical aspect. It also has a commercial and economical, as I've told you. And then it also has a industrial aspect. It may also have a, social aspect or certain, like geographical aspect, of course. And along with it, it will be having an industrial setup, very famous thing, or maybe something, on those fooding items or clothes or something or the other, it will be there. Now, for example, suppose I have to discuss about, say, Delhi or say Kanpur. For example, Kanpur is famous for leather. So we can start with it that Kanpur is the commercial capital of Uttar Pradesh. It is because we have a stock exchange here. Plus, Kanpur is very famous for leather. Kanpur is also very famous for its various temples. Bithur, particularly where Nanaji was there. That was the last person of the Peshwas, the Marathas, who was there as living as a pensioner. Then Kanpur was also called as the Manchester of the East because a lot of spinning mills were here. So now what are you doing? Don't run haywire. Go systematically. The Kanpur is this, then it was industrially very famous for this, historically very famous for this. And economically wise, we are already known as Pan Parag industry. We also have masala, condiment industries, a lot of them. Then Kanpur is also famous for educational institutions, IIT Kanpur and n number of other institutes. Kanpur is also famous for its medical facilities. A lot of people from in and around districts come to Kanpur for getting their medical treatment done because it's very well linked to Delhi, right? So you can speak on that. So you have, in your mental framework, you should have certain sections to speak on. So this way you will not look panicky and you will systematically cover from one sector to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. And this way you'll be able to complete all of them. Am I right? Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? So that is something which you all have to understand and identify. So they may ask you about different spaces. Then they will ask you famous places, specialty. What are the famous places? You will tell. And the specialty and other details, good qualities. So Kanpur is famous for laddus and something, you can tell that. Then there are also, like in Delhi also, it's very famous for different things. You can tell that, good qualities and bad qualities. Now see, every city has a good qualities. Sometimes very pleasant in terms of climate, in terms of visiting places, bad qualities, congestion, maybe unorganized system. That's all there. So you have to answer all that. Is it clear to all of you? I hope you can understand. So now we come down to question number 12. What do you think is the major reason? Now, that question needs little organizing, so you should do that. Now, even question 12, now they have gone into your administrative aspects. What is the reason that your city is like this? I mean, you can go back to its historical past, how it was developed, how it came up. You can say that. Then, if you are DM of your city, what would you do to improve the city? Right? You will be telling that I'll do this. Such a solution for the problem faced by the city. What are the problems? How are you going to solve it? You're going to tell that. Any doubts? Hope you're getting what I am trying to tell you. So this way, as a DM, why did they make you DM? Because they give you authority. They give you authority as a person who can get into action and get things done. So they have made you DM, now you should do. How do you improve it? Suggest solutions for the problem faced by the city, you give that. So this is the way you have to come up with your different answers. Is it clear to all of you? And there you can tell that, sir, as a DM, I would like to. Now, I want to tell you something particularly for all the administrative people. There are some people who tend to become critical. There are some people who are very practical. They create revenue and then they solve issues. Similarly, as a DM, you should also create revenue by encouraging the industries, and thereafter what you should do? You should solve the problems. Is it clear? That is exactly what we are looking at. So I hope you understand that, right? Okay. Then we come down to question number 13. What are the famous personality associated with the city? Something about them. Now there may be many famous personality, like Atal Bihari Vajpayee was also a student of Kanpur, and there are numerous personalities which have been associated with Delhi or Pune or other places. If you just go through the net, you will come to know about bundle of them, and you can prepare for them. So do that. And then they ask you, okay, and tell about them. Any upcoming personality, what you like about them? Like in Kanpur, there are a lot of singers which have gone from here. Even one of the film directors, David Dhawan, is from here. There are other personalities who are comedians from here. Many other ideological personalities were also from here. So similarly, in your city, wherever you are from, like you are from Hardoi, or you are from Chandrapur in Maharashtra, or you are from Lucknow, and you are from Mumbai, and you are from Kerala area. So you must be having different personalities. You have to prepare that. And you just have to prepare so that you will look well versed and you'll be more comfortable in having answers ready. You'll feel more confident. Just a little bit of... Now tell me one thing. While you're giving an interview or you're having conversation with anyone and you look point blank, does it sound good? I think no. You should have points. Am I right? Yes or no? That's exactly what we're looking at. So if you don't have it, it is sad. Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Any upcoming personality, what do you like about them? Is it clear? Any doubts? Okay. Then we come down to question number 14. If I come to your city for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, stay, how are you going? Now this question is designed to check your organizing ability. This question is designed to check your imagination, how you will systematically organize things. So you have to give that answer. If you're there for a 7-day visit, what are you going to do? You're going to tell that. How you would organize stay and places which you would plan for me to visit, please tell in details. Now, they may place you, that how you're going to receive him. Now, whenever you receive a guest, what do? You straight away go for sightseeing, or shooting at different places, looking at different places. No, you don't do that. What you do is first receive them, then you make them comfortable, help them to refresh, and thereafter you take a vehicle, and then you travel across. Am I right? Yes, no. So this is the same thing which they are expecting you to tell. And then in the first day you show something, then the second day you go somewhere, third day you go somewhere, and this way you cover the entire zone. Am I right? And this is exactly what they're looking at. They want to find that out. So if you sit down today with creating that planning, and that also sequentially, 1 day visit, then I'm going to show only these 2 places. 2 days I'm going to take them here also, here. And that also, your program should be very practical. You cannot go for a roller coaster ride. So, and then if 7 days now, when you are making them stay, where are you going to stay, make them stay? That also depends. Suppose you have a humble house, you want to keep them in a better place, tell them that I'll take you to a guest house or a place and there we'll stay, whatever. So this way, giving all this plan will show how well you are able to visualize. You have to do this homework now. Then you'll have a lovely interview. You'll enjoy. And let me tell you, it's not creating a false impression. It is actually opening up your mind. And once it opens up, and suppose he extends the stay to 15 days, you will have no issues. You'll be able to answer that also. But if you do not think on it, then you'll have issues. Is it clear? Getting what I'm trying to tell you? So I hope you've understood this. Then we come down to question number 15. Please compare your city with your favorite city in plus and minus. Now there may be people who have lived, say, in Chandrapur. You're there from Ardoi. There are people from Mumbai. There are people from other Kerala places. Now you may have a favorite place, say Chandigarh. Or you may have a place where you have visited and you like that place, like Bhopal or any other city for that matter. Even Pune for that matter, people from Mumbai would like it. So now what exactly is there that when you're supposed to compare, you know that you will be comparing in terms of the cultural atmosphere, you'll be, excuse me, you'll be comparing in terms of infrastructure, you'll be comparing in terms of opportunity. For example, IT opportunity is more in Pune, am I right? So you can give all these different answers and you'll be able to resolve the issue. Is it clear to all of you? Now, why are they doing this comparison? They're again seeing the working of your mind. They're seeing the way you are comparing, the way you are analyzing. And thus one of your quality, which is called as planning, organizing, analyzing, decision making, comparative style, social adjustment, a lot of things get into foreplay. That is something. Then we come down to a question number 16. The different places you visited in the SSB city center and what you liked, history of that city known, and did you inquire, please share. Now what are they doing? Now try to understand this. When they talk about the city, what is SSB city? Suppose you are in Bhopal, you've gone to give your SSB in Bhopal, or you've gone to go in Prayagraj, or you've gone to, say, Dehradun. A good mind always tends to be inquisitive to know about the city, and he generally goes through the net now that you have it all. And very bad thing about your present generation is when everything is at your beck and call, you don't use. So sometimes you are minus information and it's a very poor picture. So please gain information. So you can say that, okay, I went there. What are the different places in that city? Do your thorough study, just make a general idea. When was it? So you'll have something concrete to talk about and you'll be talking something sense. Your knowledge will make you much more confident than you presently are. So you'll be able to do a good comparison between your city, that is if you're coming from Chandrapur as you're coming from, and you want to compare with Dehradun. Where is Chandrapur geographically? What is the economy of Chandrapur? What is the status of Dehradun? What exactly are the places which you like? What are the different places here? And what you would like to explore in Dehradun, what you feel others should come and visit in Chandrapur. Now you can do all that kind of thing. You can talk about I'm not saying that when you compare you have to belittle anyone. Everyone is unique and everyone is complete in its own fashion. So please answer on that basis. Is it clear? Okay. Then we come down to question number 17. If you become DM, you would change SSB city center on what aspects? What you recognize as the strength and its weakness. Now, while you are walking in the city, say you are there in a Bhopal SSB, you must have observed certain good things. You may have observed that certain areas are not well organized, or you must have observed certain areas where things could have been better, and now they made you the DM. And you have been observant. As you are an alert person, you will observe. So that time you can recall all those things and tell that, sir, if I become DM, I'd like to solve this. I'd like to do this. I'd like to do this. And this way I think it can be better. Yes, I feel the city is already good. We can also make this. Now that doesn't mean critical, but multiplying the efficiency, multiplying the status of the city can be done. So you can say that because they are asking you. And in case there is a strength, the city is good, then how you can make it better? That also you can say. Please quote where you observed and what you observed. What did you see? So this way you can come up with good number of answers. Is it clear to all of you? Now we come down to question number 18. What did you do previous evening in the barracks? Did you go out? Where? What all you did see? What knowledge you gathered? If you went to see movie, why, which, where, when, with whom, who decided the program? Now see, what are they doing? They are looking at your group activity. They are trying to identify your interpersonal qualities. They are identifying your social adjustment. They are identifying your social adaptability. They are identifying your decision making. They are identifying your mixing nature. They're just identifying everything. So I hope you can identify that what are they doing. So when they ask you what you did, they are also looking at your decision making. Did you decide in the group or the group decided otherwise? These all things are there. If you went to see a movie, which movie, why? Now, whenever you decide a movie, you also have a plan. You have 2-3 options in a movie. So you decide some movie which also speaks of your kind of personality. Sometimes you see movie because you have joined the group, so you want to enjoy the company of the group, and since everybody was going for a new movie, you went, no issues. And sometimes you're going for a very, out of 4 or 5, you're selecting one, that also is identifying your personality. So this way you can tell. And what kind of movie you should do? In the present generation, of course, the one which is reasonable, entertaining, new. Now, some movies which are very obscene, or you have come out in a new city and you've got the freedom now to see, so you're going there, utilizing the freedom. I think that's not discipline of personality. So that's exactly why they ask you all these questions. And you come to know, and then whom decided, how was your role play in your group? They will identify the kind of personality you are. We are not looking at leadership everywhere. We are looking at mixing, social mixing, more important. And we are deciding now, remember one thing, if somebody is good in initiative, is good in convincing, good in sensibility, you will find that in every activity that person will be playing a major central role. Not prominently, but quite likely. Even in cinema hall selection, he would be not forcing, but he would be part of the decision making. Similarly, they identify. Is it clear? Now we go down to question number 19. How much fare you paid during your city visit? Total expense occurred. How did you manage in the group? Now, why do they ask this question? They ask this question only for one reason, that they don't want you to be a very pampered child. If you are a pampered child, unfortunately, you will find that the organization will find you a liability on themselves. You will be a pain for them because you will always trouble yourself with your expenses. So, one thing, when they ask you what fare you paid, they are checking up how economically alert you are. I hope you are not wasting your money away. You are not a person who is, the person who is like extravagant. If you are extravagant, unfortunately, you have a psychological tendency of wasting your money. We are not looking at those stylish people. We are looking at wise people. Money is not important, but handling of money is a tendency which speaks of responsibility. Today, most of you are, few of you are already serving, I agreed, but many of you are still dependent on your parents. And if you squander the money of your parents, that means you are irresponsible by your approach. Or your parents have not taught you the right responsibility. Either ways, the end product is bad. So that is something which you have to identify. So you should do well in the group. Any doubts? They will ask you how you manage. And there's no reason that you have to show that, okay, I'm the money man, I'm going to sponsor everything. Don't become a big company. You be an individual, a responsible, social, helpful individual. Is it clear? So got this point? Okay, dear students, continuing on with the question number 20. How much money you got with you for this visit and why? Now, what are they asking? They're checking your planning, how practical it is, how economical it is. Now, when they ask you how much money they've got, they expect you to get something nominal but reasonable as a backup plan. For example, if you say that, sir, I've got 3,000-4,000 rupees because I was assuming that I may sometimes have to spend in the travel ticket or something like that. But along with it, I've kept a debit card in case I need more. Now, if you say that I'm carrying 50,000 cash, that will show that you are not planned and you are taking too much of a uncalculated risk and you are having no planning in your mind. But suppose you are a student and you have just kept 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees with you. Acceptable because in SSB, you are not going out mostly, and even if you are going out, you are not spending so much money. You are mostly eating here, mostly doing everything by yourself here. So they will come to know how you economically are wise. Why? See, economy, money. Let's talk about money. Money basically is a symbolism of how you manage your responsibility. Money is responsibility. Money is also greed. Money is also wastage. And money is sometimes luxury. So it depends on how you frame the money. If you consider it as reasonable for yours, economically you are doing it, that means you are responsible. That means your parents have also taught you responsibility and they are not allowing you too much of cash for two reasons. One, risk, and for the other reason that if you will carry little, you will know how to manage. Now there are some people who are carrying nothing. That is also unplanning. So somewhere, some people often, particularly normal people, they do carry a little money, but they also keep a debit card in case they really require, or they can call up someone. They may be having some resource that they will be calling up someone in case they require. So certain amount of planning everybody does. Even people coming from poor economical sometimes over carry the cash, which is wrong. So I think that this way they come to know about the way you deal. If your parents have taught you well, you will learn to respect money. You will learn to save money. You will learn not to waste money. But in case you are a pampered boy, pampered means spoiled, you have been having too much money in your resources, you will waste money. And you will have a habit of misusing it. Sometimes over wasting it or sort of other things. Have you got my point? So this is the reason. So please prepare your answer in the reasonability you are and reasonability you should. Why am I telling you to prepare your answer if you already have it? I want to tell you one thing more. Sometimes because of mythical factors, sometimes trying to prove that you are better off, you lie wrongly. Many of you may be carrying only 1,000 rupees. But if somebody asks you how much you're carrying, you may say 10,000 rupees. Just to impress that I am an officer, going to be an officer, so I should have. No, don't carry all this. Officer is a different thing, money carrying is a different thing, and your responsible approach is a different thing. Is it clear to all of you?